Kesha, right? Did you
Yeah,
try
yeah,
enrolling
ma'am. Yeah.
that? Did you try enrolling
Ma'am,
that?
no, today I will try, ma'am. Yesterday I was little bit hectic yesterday at office. So today I
Okay,
will
okay.
try today.
Okay, for sure. No worries. So whenever you get some issue, let me know. And that is what if everybody would have done, and if you then you will have to wait because it takes a lot of time to get that enrollment done. So we cannot take in every class because it will kill others' timing. So do it by yourself. Do not wait, and then you have video recordings or will share. You have everything explained. Try looking into that, and so just 3-4 steps but just downloads and all takes time. But highly encourage you to, go and do that.
I'll do today by end of day.
Yeah, weekend also is fine. By weekend also it is fine. All right. Yesterday we saw that how account is created, what is the use of account. Okay. Once everybody will get enrolled, you will get all this studio link and there is a app guide that also you'll be getting because app guide is very helpful. All the steps and everything will be explained. Okay. So Lokesh will share. If not, then I will share. So you'll get that the PowerPoint which I was telling. Okay, this and there is app guide also I will be sharing with you where there most of the steps, a lot of things are being there. That itself is very good for learning purpose. Okay. Now, but yeah, definitely the real time things and all are definitely not very much there, but that you'll be learning in the class. Okay. So started into the account yesterday we created, it is very well here. Now you are seeing there was one submission which I started and this is submission in. Look at the status. This is a draft. Okay. So once the policy number will be generated, you'll see the policy number and this will be, the status will change to issue. So you'll see all those things. Okay. Don't worry about this. Don't think it. Always try to understand this is out of the box. Okay. This is not your real client machine. So it's a very good way of learning that Guidewire is already providing you a lot of thing in hand. You need to write a requirement and your developer will do change on this base configuration. Okay. So here is the base configuration. Okay. So this is the studio. So you will get all these things, right? Whenever you will get enrollment done with Lokesh, he will share you link. You'll see this. So all the changes happens here. Okay. You see everything, all the magics happen here from a developer and the same thing you'll be able to see on the UI. So that is the best part for the Guidewire that nothing is being built from scratch, but rather you have it on the system, you write the requirement and then that will be done. Okay. Definitely for the a business analyst purpose and as you all are mostly working and you have experience, you might be using few of the tools for UI mockup and all those like Miro, Visio and all. That's for workflow and everything. That is different than learning the core business of it. So that's the best purpose you can do for the diagram and everything, right? So that's a different. Okay, so we're not deviating much to the topic. We started with the submission. This is how you navigate to the submission. Okay, wherever you come, you are seeing the blue tick, blue color, and something like this kind of thing. That means that this is a hyperlink kind of a thing. Okay, so just go there. I started with yesterday with the submission, right? It's a draft version and this number is being generated. You don't see any policy number, right? You don't see anything. It is in draft. So the first step is always the submission, right? If you have been asking any of the place that, okay, can you tell me what is submission? Can you tell me a submission workflow, right? Or tell me how do you create a policy? This is how you have to explain, right? So first you created an account and you started with the submission. You selected the line of business for which you wanted to create it. Now, what is offering? Okay, so first on here, currently, in here, you are seeing that offering selection, there are 3, right? And out of the box, once you have downloaded this out of the box system studio, generally we run the PCF sample data, right? That means that there are already data which is being fetching, right? Otherwise it will be blank. If you do not have any data, it will be totally blank, right? But now I'm seeing it because I loaded some data, which is a sample data, right? So that's some system are some data are being already fed on the out of the box to use for you, right? To understand and use for you. But once you're working for your actual implementation, this all will be your real data. Right, this won't be anything that are, and this I always understand that, yeah, insurance, that any Guidewire platform or anything which is being built, that is generally following the standards, right? Insurance standard They have a system where this has so many compliance issue, and they have already got all this license and everything, right? So pretty much a lot of things which you are seeing is not like, don't think that mostly things are here is not usable. There are a lot of things which is usable. You will see when we will navigate through steps to steps, you will see where is your client coming into picture, where is your actual requirements coming to picture, right? So let's start from here. So first, offering, right? So now you understand what is the meaning of offering. Okay, just a normal layman language. This is nothing but, for an example, I will give you that when you are creating a policy, right? Forget about policy now. Just when you think that you are going to buy a gold, right? Everybody can relate to. Now, when you're going to buy a gold, right? You have different variety of gold, right? Something is 24 karat, 22 karat, 18 karat, something like that, right? The quality of this is how we categorize, correct? So basically, when the insurance policy is being given, this is the offering, like it's a basic program, or you are taking some premium, right? Or it is a standard program. So what difference you can see when you select these different programs in the pricing, right? So when you buy a gold, if you are buying a gold for 24 karat, you pay a different price for it, right? And when you are buying a gold which is 18 karat, then you pay a different price, which is less than the 24 karat, right? The normal layman language understanding, okay? So that's what, whenever you will be walking through or working through, or I'll be telling you, I'll be giving you very layman language example so that you can relate. If you try only to learning insurance, like, then it will be very difficult to remember everything in such span of time. It takes like decade to learn completely, right? So this is what this categorization is, right? Generally, most of the time, it has happened in real time example, which I have seen based on my experiences. There will be only one program, this is standard, okay? When the insurance company does not categorize, right? Not that every gold shop have 18 karat, 22 karat, or 24, right? Mostly if you go to some very good like Tanishq and some branded one, they will say 22 karat gold, right? And 24 karat is something else. So exactly same way, that example is for to understand. You don't, that's not apple to apple comparison, but understand that some company, when you have offering selection will not change. This page is not going to change. So all these things which is already here, which is predefined, right? You understand that Guidewire is already providing. So you are creating your requirement based on this base version, right? We'll see what can we change, what not change, all those things definitely you'll see, but you can make additionally do something in here, but pretty much over the more than a decade, what I have seen and what you'll be also seeing, that you'll see everything is being here. You'll be working to adjust or enhance few of the feature which is already being there, okay? So when you come to offering page.
No, Sushila, this side. Other than layman language, can you please give little bit in insurance terminology? What I'm understanding, like the coverages limit and all these things will change in this program. Is my understanding correct?
So that is what I'm telling you, right? So when you select this and how this premium change, right? So you are thinking too much more now, because how this premium change will, see, I do not want to jump to the topic because not everybody will understand, right? Not everybody has done this insurance thing. So I said this, right? Your premium will change. So how did premium change? Premium will change only because there are, how premiums are derived? Premiums are already derived only because of the coverages, because each coverage are being rated, right? So when you have you are seeing something differently, then definitely when you are selecting different kind of offering, I did mention that your premium will be different, right? That is what I gave. And premium, what defined premium, what determined premium? Your coverage determined premium. So it's one-on-one relation with the coverages and your premium. Okay, your limits, what the values, what you are selecting on the particular coverages, that determine your what should be your premium, should be high, low, right? All those premium determine factor. Correct. So definitely when you select this, we have not even gone to the coverage and all. So I was trying to make everybody understand that what
Okay.
happens when they select basics, what happens when they select offering. And then when you automatically, when we will come to that coverage, what determines the premium of this particular policy, it will be one-to-one mapping. You should be able to relate. Okay, then you will be able to catch this. Okay, if I do change this one, something is happening. right? Why it is happening? It's only because of the coverages. It's only because of the field which is premium impacted. Not everything is premium impacted, right? If you see name, if my name or your name does not impact the premium, I can also take policy. Sushila can also take policy. But if my coverages are different, your coverages are different, definitely that will, if your credit history is different, my credit history is different, definitely that will change the premium, right?
Okay.
So you will be making sense, Sushila? Yeah, if we say all this hi-fi things here that, okay, coverage and all this, nobody will understand because they have not even seen what is coverages.
Yeah, yeah, Neha.
Makes
Thank
sense, right? Yeah, so that's why we have to make everybody take into consideration, because a lot of people are from non-insurance background. So I do not want to change I do not want to use some word from here and then jump in here, because it will be all mess. Nobody will get. So that's why we have to take one step at a time. So now understand this, right? So it will, like I said, right, when you are taking different type of gold, the premium is changing, right? So definitely because of the quality of the gold which you are buying. Similarly, if it's happen, okay, if you select different kind, your premium will change, like I said, okay. What determines premium? That is a separate topic that we will see here when we move, we navigate further. But most of the real-time client, what I have seen is mostly, right, there was only a standard they have. There are a handful of clients which I have seen that they have this kind of a differences, right? Basic, standard, or some different kind also. If you see that for a BOP or some different kind of a line of business, also this changes. So right now it is personal auto. So for an example, how take this an example. One client is there. Okay, I'm not taking any client name or anything, right? We're not supposed to. So just example, XYZ is an insurance company. Okay, so every time whenever you see insurance company, that will be insurer. So if you read through the document, that is called in insurance language, that is called insurer. Okay, somebody who is giving you insurance, that is insurer, ER, and the person who is taking insure is insured, ED. Like, okay, I have my auto policy, I'm insured, and my company from where I have my policy, that is insurer. Okay, so you'll hear these words more frequently when you are going for such kind of interview and all those things, not for the client day-to-day business requirement gathering, right? Because when you're doing a gathering, you are supposed to know everything. That's why you are a PolicyCenter or insurance BA. Okay. So sometime it does happen that for some client, right? One client, if they're working for various line of business, right? Now I know you know lines of business. It is personal auto. You have seen that there are property, right? Okay. You have seen general liability, different kind of businesses, right? Which people will take that insurance for. So now it does happen that for that particular client, you might see that for one line of business, say auto, I will only have basic or standard, not basic, just a standard, okay. But it might happen that when I'm offering other line of business, okay, so I'm a very big company, right? I am a very big company, and I don't only I sell auto policy. I do sell home, I do sell big businesses, I do sell general liability, work, so many kind of line of business which comes, right? We are not going that detail, but I can have this kind of offering for the other line of business. That can also be possible. So that is why whenever you are working as a business analyst, or for example, as a QA, it is so much your driven by the line of business you are selected. Always remember that, okay? So whenever you'll be working, for an example, you are working for 5 line of business in that particular one client, right? For an example, just say that it is personal auto, general liability, BOP, property, and all the homeowner, all different kind of business, like marine insurance. When I have a business for yacht and different kind of marine, a farm, when I have a land of farming, so many things you have to broaden your thought process to understand that what a person can take insurance for, right? So when you are working for one particular client and that client is selling 5 different kind of a line of business, then my requirement is stand this individual for all line of business. It's not that one you have done and then you'll be done for other 5. No, it doesn't work like that. You need to walk this through, that what is there in that line of business specific pertaining to that particular client. Okay, always remember. So what I have seen in my real life, that standard program for 1 or 2 line of business. Then I have seen for BOP, there was different offering called BOP offering, right? There are different, like this basic, standard, and premium. I have seen it for one different line of business, right? So very well, try to understand that what is your client wants, right, for that particular line of business. Understand? Okay, so now we will take for an example. You understand, right? What is offering and how it will be vary from different. You have to, as when you're working for a requirement gathering session, right? And you do not have to, so your requirement gathering session will be very individually based on line of business. Okay, it will be very much dependence on the line of business. So now, basically, one second, wait, huh? Okay, one second. So now whenever you are gathering requirement, right, you do not mix and match requirement gathering. Okay, that you are not now talking to like auto also, and you are getting no. So first of all, it will be a team structure. Okay, we'll see in the tomorrow class. I'm gonna like proper show agile and everything. Okay, so yeah, remind me tomorrow. I should not forget that I have to give you walkthrough of agile and all those processes. So basically, whenever you're working through, always remember that right now, if you are a policy config BA, you'll be working on policy auto. Okay, this is only the line of business now you're sticking to. You're not just simping changing. And your business owner, okay, so from the client side, your business owner, product owner, that will be very specific. Okay, so one person who is only handling policy, personal auto business, okay, and they are very too much experience, like 25, 30 years of experience in that business for working for only that particular client, right? And only for working for that insurance client. They are not like IT people that who keeps changing job in 1 or 2 years, right? Doesn't work like that way. So basically, when they are so much experienced, they are well versed with everything happening with the personal auto. So they'll be your line contact. Now, once you will work for personal auto, there will be one person who will be handling that. Okay. Then second person will handle general liability. Third business or product owner will handle other line of business, something like that, right? So you'll be, yeah, there are chances that genius people are there where like they can handle two line of business, nothing hard and fast rule, but 95% it will be one person who will be like completely overseeing the business for specific to line of business, right? So you understand offering once you are gathering requirement, understand what is pertaining to that particular line of business for your client. Okay, it's very, very well they can say the standard and they just don't do anything. Okay, we'll say okay standard and just go and they don't have any specific changes, anything of like very well, very well acceptable. Okay, so now I'm coming to the next screen. So every time how do you navigate to the next? You click next and you're coming to this screen. Okay. Now this is very important screen for all the non-insurance people to understand what is this pre-qualification question, right? And what is this qualification question? Okay. Don't try to see into like an insurance. So basically what happens and how these things are determined and what this particular page does. And when you are working for your particular client, you'll be talking and you'll be gathering requirement for this particular screen. Okay. Right now, there are a handful of it. I have seen like more than 25, 30 also till here, the qualification question, right? Now, this is also dependence on your line of business, which is why I'm telling like your screen, offering screen will be same for different line of business also, right? Your qualification screen remains same for like this line of business, and there could be other line of business also, but your question can change, right? Because sometime right now it is license, so much of license you are seeing right here, right? Does this license come for driving license or vehicle license or whatsoever? Does this come for other line of business? Hopefully not. No, I don't have like in my house, homeowner, I don't have anything which is licensed. Okay. So this question change as when you are working as a business analyst, right? You'll have to understand first. Now you understand, forget what you do in the future. Okay. First, you understand what is this qualification and what is the use of this. So basically, see here, PAPA stand for personal auto. Okay, this pre-qualification question. So as in when you are, if so whosoever is taking a medical policy, okay, or if you are trying to get something, right? So you have specific questions. Okay, give me a second, 1 second. I'll be back. 1 second. I have just had water and come. Okay, sorry. So what is this pre-qualification question, right? So generally, right, when insurance are being given, so there are underwriters. I'll tell you the roles and responsibility. Underwriters which are involved, right? You and I cannot become underwriter because a specific degree and a specific knowledge, experience which is required to become an underwriter, right? So underwriters are the one who evaluates, okay? Similar lines, right? When we are going to a bank, so we have cashier and we have different team, right? For an example, if we are taking a loan for our house, if in India also, there are different people who, sign our loan and who department for disbursement and so different things, right? On the similar line, when you're working for an insurance client or when you're working for insurance industry, you understand that there are something called underwriters, okay? Very well known, very well used, which you will be hearing most of the time. So generally what they do, they evaluate you, right? Now, for an example, in US, and whosoever in US, they can relate it. A lot of things work on what is like my credit. Now it's in India also, right? My credit, how bad I was a person, like did I do so much of accident in my previous. So in here in US, everything you'll see is related with our our identity, right? All our histories are so much saved into the database. It's so much easy for the person who has authority, not that everybody has authority, right? So when the insurance company are being formed, they have so many licenses, right? They are taking some licenses, and that's why they are running it, right? So they have a all the provision to look your database, that okay, what kind of person I am, right? How many accident did I do in the past? How bad I was, like how many tickets in here? If you cross signal, if you hit a car, and like if you're if you're speeding your car more than the limit, right? You get a speeding ticket. So yeah, so somebody asked me, I think in this class, right, to provide how insurance. I think you asked Veerbhadra, I forgot. Okay, I will search through that. That's very important to understand how US works. So all the people, right, who is in US, they can relate it. So basically, you get tickets and all. So all these things, what is being happening when I'm driving my vehicle, or for an example, I'm very new to US. For an example, I'm very new to US and I don't have so much of good credit history. Nobody know in my database, it is not maintained that okay, I have very good salary for 5 years. I was I'm just paying all my bills very nicely, or all those kind of, right? When it is not there. So basically, such kind of a thing, right? When you do not have very nice history, when there is nothing for evaluation, right? The same happens when we are a freshers. Then the person who is interviewing, they ask a lot of questions and there are a lot of scrutiny. But when somebody is very experienced, right, and we have working in multinational company, a very good track record, then the questions change because they understand that okay, this and this person has already worked for so and so company. They'll have a very good good technology and knowledge to handle the project. So pre-qualification questions are the one which evaluate. It is there to ask questions, right? So for, is applicant currently insured? So what will happen if I say yes or no, new driver? Can you see these options, right? So these are the determining factor. Determining factor for what I say that, okay, when I select yes or no, there is something going to happen, right? It could be an issue. It could be like if I am a first admin and I'm collecting the data, right? So maybe I'm not sure whether I should give policy or I should issue to it or not. Maybe I will assign it to my supervisor. So can you see that is a new person who is coming, right? He is a new person. He does not have any good track record, or if the person has so much of claims in the previous, should we give the policy or not give the policy? Such kind of a thing, right? So basically now you see, is this applicable? These are the pre-qualification. That's the reason it says pre-qualification question. Means are you going to get qualified or not? Right? So maybe there could be like every month I'm making an accident, right? Every month I'm a very bad, I have a very less credit score, less than 500. Maybe company can reject. They say that, no, I don't think that person can. Like it's very risky to give a policy to that person. Nobody will give me a policy. Like for an example, I'm paying a premium of $100 every month and I have a bad track record that every month I'm making an accident. Then insurance company will know, right? That, okay, I'm going to make use of them. Like tomorrow, if my vehicle is getting accident, they have to pay. So either my premium will be super duper high. So that kind of a thing, right? So always whenever you're thinking through insurance, right, always think that they're an entity, they are very clever. Nothing comes free of cost. So if we are giving them premium, they are also very, very much making their billion-dollar industry out of it, right? If everybody start raising claims, and then they have to pay it, then they will go bankrupt, right? That's not how they work. So generally we are giving and thinking that, okay, and we are securing, okay, out of 100 people, for an example, one people will have accident. So all the 99 money they're enjoying, they're investing, they're growing, everything is happening with that company, right? So understand from that perspective. So whenever this is pre-qualification question, it is qualifying you. There are set of questions. Now, these questions are only out of the box, right? Whenever you are working with your client, ask about them that what are the different questions which they have it. And this is again for line of business, always remember, right? But this, don't worry that the screen is gonna change. That is what the beauty of Guidewire. Now it is there. You will add more, okay, or you will maybe remove these things. If this is not required, you will remove that, but you are adding. Now, whenever you are adding this pre-qualification, right, do not gather your requirement blindly that, okay, this is one liner, yes or no, or yes, no. That's not how your your question should be with your business owner or product owner per se, right? You understand that if you are going to select any of the field, right? Okay, if I say is currently insured, I'll say no, new driver, for an example, right? If I say that, okay, is applicant's license currently suspended, I'll say yes. Now you understand, right? It's a very big question, very, very heavyweight question, that is license currently suspend, cancel, and revoke. Then there should be some reason because of this has happened, right? It's like the people who is there in US, and then something bad happened because that person is not able to maintain the status. So it's a big thing, right? It's a big thing. It's kind of not a very good on the profile. If somebody has done some crime or something like that. So when you are gathering this kind of a requirement, right, with all this page, and you will always go, page by page. You do not like try to rush through your implementation or rush through your requirement, because you are driving the exactly how your developer is going to develop the screen or put everything based on your requirement, right? So that is why these all requirement, you'll be very much wondering that, okay, Guidewire is providing everything. Why such kind of implementation is even taking 3 years to complete, right? So because you'll have to gather everything. The Guidewire out of the box is not even your requirement, right? If that would have been the case, nobody would have got job, right? So this is out of the box. It is being given to you. Now you will work with them to understand. So once you are doing yes or no, or selecting whatever option you have, you need to understand what is the extra field this is going to come. If you select something, and if you have not worked through all this, right, all this screen, which is good, that not a problem. But when you are gathering requirement, right, and there is some of the sort of yes or no option or something, if you have to write, if you are selecting it, that what is the implication of that particular field or any of this screen, right? Do you get any underwriting issue? Okay, we will learn through underwriting issue and all this, too much to learn. But do you get any message? Just say that way. Do you get any error message? What happened? Does it have any impact, or it is just yes or no field and does do nothing, right? So those kind of a question should be your question, right? I have many places seen that, okay, when I select no, then sometime I select all yes, like all error, and it's a bad person, for an example, then it does not allow me to quote. Okay, and you whenever you are having this particular UI, you can see those things, right? You will not be able to quote it. It will not let you quote and issue the policy. Okay, you can see that because system is not aligned. So in that particular, and in the real life, right? In real life, when you're working for real client, does not beat not quote, right? Okay, right now out of the box, it may happen, but in real life, real time, you want to refer this, right? Either I want to refer it, or I want some issue or some error to come on the UI screen. Okay, some validation error. Those things should be your question to your client when you're working on this particular screen. Okay, what happened when it is no? Right, if it is no, if everything good, do you think anything, do you try to give any kind of a discount also, even though those things are being covered later, but have a note, so that so your requirements are very much, everything is married to each other, right? So we do not want to sound very dumb in front of client that, okay, now you are telling me this, okay, this is coming, okay, the underwriting issue will come on this screen, I will gather that requirement there. that does not give a very good business analyst thing, and you're mostly you'll be working for US client, and they're very particular. When you are being presented to that particular client, they know that you know a lot of things, right? That's why you are here, because Guidewire, they're very specific that you have to work on Guidewire and then you go to the Guidewire work, right? Project. So in that particular best practice, we don't have to sound very dumb that, okay, now you're telling this, I will take. First of all, you'll have to learn a lot. You do your prep work before you're going for your requirement sessions, and you try to understand if there are some implication on any of this field or for future which you are working through. You can make a note and keep it aside, right? For an example, if they'll say that, yes, if this is being selected, we don't do anything on here, don't show anything. But once before you hit quote at the final stage, give the error, give the message at the below, right? If such kind of things are being there, okay, make a note of it, right? Make a note of it, and then make a note, and you have to gather all those things into your requirement gathering also, right? So you gather requirement, you have to document also. We'll see tomorrow. Just remind me tomorrow. We will go through how the requirements are being gathered. A standard template we'll see for Guidewire. I'll show you all the Excel file. Okay, so you need to write all those three things.
Just a quick question here. So does this field has a mapping to ClaimCenter? Any fields, some fields in the ClaimCenter?
Okay. Now don't think that ClaimCenter is there. Okay, the client has only come for PolicyCenter implementation. Think through that. Let's take one step at a time, right? Now think that one client is there and they have only come for your company, XYZ consulting company. They have said that I want a PolicyCenter development. Do you think if you going to add any claims related field, will that even matter here, for an example? Okay, now I'll tell you the question. If you are telling about the claim, okay, don't think the ClaimCenter as a center for Guidewire, but if you think through that about the history of that person, right? Okay, about the history. So, okay, understand this way. Whenever anybody is taking policy, right, and all this are related with US, right? What information we are going to give? We give our name, okay, and date of birth, and we provide our SSN number. Our whole history record is being there. Similar way, but that's what happens in India, right? You have Aadhaar card. So the moment you provide your Aadhaar card and your name and all, US is much more developed than that. All the history will be there. So now the claim related information which you are asking on this particular screen, it is for them to evaluate that how bad that person is, but not for the ClaimCenter. And don't think about ClaimCenter part. Okay. Am I making sense? Are you following?
Got it.
Ashok?
Got it. Yeah.
One
Understood,
question,
right?
Neha.
Neha,
So
ma'am,
this
in this, how it will be is whenever we are taking any, as far as an insurance guy, whenever we are taking any pre-qualification questions, and
Yes.
if he declares wrongly, that will definitely impact at the claim part. Because while claim processing, if they say that he's a new driver and he has declared no, he is already an experienced
No,
driver.
you cannot
then
at least see falsify information. No, see, don't think about that, right? I don't even let you
that
think
is
about
beyond
that.
actually that is beyond this actually this is the scope beyond the scope of this current discussion.
Not scope. You see, that's what we should not even tell on this. See, US is very
Yeah.
particular. Okay, we should not even tell all those things even on the recording. You cannot falsify information. Understand everything. You ask any lawyer. Okay, when you'll get to chancellor, right? It like things are so much recorded. Then people know by your face. You go to any center where this declaration or some of the government. By looking at your face through that camera, they can know who are you. That level
Yeah.
of highly intelligent these things are there. So don't think too much about those negative scenarios that somebody can fall. Maybe then somebody with them, then their repercussion is very always high, right? If somebody does wrong and things have processed, then there could be that, okay, and we sign, right? We sign our agreement, right? That if any information is false, we'll have to, you see, right? All the agreement and all those things we sign
Yeah,
every time,
yeah.
right? So yeah, that is, I don't think is the right scenario. And don't even tell all this thing in front of your business requirement gathering sessions also. right? Somebody
Yeah.
does something, some record and try to hide it. That's not how insurance company will pull the information. If they are going to pull it, and that they will not even give the policy if they do not have every SSN number, they do not have date of birth of the person, right? So today, if some students are coming in US for education, they cannot take driving license. They cannot take driving license. They will not give driving license to anybody. First, you need to have your SSN number. And how will you get SSN number? SSN number only you can get when you start working here. You should have an offer letter to have SSN number. Not everybody can take SSN number. So the things in US is very different than and people who are here, right? They can relate. They can very well relate. That's what my other candidates and all are who are in the US, right? They see their day-to-day life and they are very well able to relate that how are we getting tracked. We see people right now, if you are reading the news, right? People are getting tracked by their comment on the Facebook and Instagram. You're seeing so many deportation is happening, right? Do you think anybody has like recording? No, they are tracking with the social media comment that what the person has commented that particular time. See how strong the database system. Put the name, put what this person has done in a history for 5, 6, 7 years, and then okay, fine, this is not a good person. So that is what we shouldn't think those kind of scenarios. Think the positively. So your thought process would be like, okay, what I'm trying to do is what I'm trying to gather from client and how their system. So their system is not this digital. Okay, understand? They have mainframe system. They might be doing this evaluation, but you know what? How they will be doing? They will be doing through a form. Normal form will be there. Okay, tick tick tick, or they'll be having some Excel sheet where all this thing will be written. You don't know how their legacy system are. Most of the client I have seen most of the client will be like very old 25 30 years old mainframe system, and then few clients I have seen they have a very non-manual way of doing. Some agent calling to them and then they are filling up the form and then sending email, okay, this is done, then agent will reply to them. All these things you're automating here, right? You will learn all this for workflow, then you are all everything you're automating here. So yeah, do not expect those things, all those kind of very harsh. Yeah, Vichi, I know you were telling something. Go ahead.
Yeah,
So Virvata Swamiji, did I answer your question? 1 second, Vichi.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Vichi. Tell me.
yeah. So, Neha,
You were asking.
this qualification, all the details, it is filled in by the underwriter or the agents, right? So they gather the information
No,
from.
agent, no. See, somebody who is, so who is agent? Is agent working with this particular company? How they're working? They are, see, if you are taking an insurance in India also,
Mhm.
so agent can work for 3, 4 company, right? That can work for 3. Now you are, if you are working for a consulting company, right? Are you working for only one client? No, if you are a
No,
consulting company, you're working for multiple client, right? So
that's
similar
correct.
age, yeah, that's correct, right? So now once you're working for multiple client, will you be able to use multiple client machine? No, you're authorized to use one. So this is not for agent, this is for a company who is giving you insurance. There could be their admin team, there could be mostly time of their underwriter, there could be like their product owner who is just trying and seeing it, there could be their subject matter expert, but they are not the one who is issuing the policy, right? So this is for internally to the insurance company who is accessing this. The agent is
Okay.
not, agent is giving you business that, okay, this person is there. I told you last to last
Yeah,
time example, right?
correct. Okay.
Yeah, so 5 policy she sent it to me and she said that, okay, this for one company, this for one company, this for one company, this is a company, this is the premium. Now choose one and buy. That insurance, that person was not from any of the company which she was trying to, but she was just getting. So this is how the broker agent relationship work, right? Same happens in India also, LIC policy, right? There are so many LIC agent. Do any of
Okay.
those people work for LIC company? No, they are not LIC employee. Rather, they are a third party vendor who gets the business and gets commission out of it. Right? You see, so a lot of
But
people, if you go into,
hmm.
go ahead.
So my question is like sometimes I've seen some scenarios like when you log in as an agent, the agent persona, so you have this. So that's where I was like little confused whether they
That's
will
the
have
agent
access to.
portal, right? Yeah, that is not what we are learning into the training. We are learning about Guidewire policy. We are not learning any customer portal, how customer will issue. We are not learning any agent portal, and you will not be working on such kind of a projects also, right?
Right.
The main purpose of learning this Guidewire, you are trying to solve client legacy to the
Okay.
Guideware
Okay.
implementation. This is the implementation thing which we are learning. We are not learning
Right.
how agent portal will look. I myself have not worked on agent portal and all, right? So that's a difference. The portal, you open that. That's not a, that's not every consulting firm takes, right?
Correct.
Mostly.
Correct.
They have this is what you're looking. So somebody has a business in their mainframe system, and or very old system which is going to get retired, or some Windows system, like I said, right? That
Hmm.
you're solving it. So this is called digital transformation. You are solving everything in here through the batch
Okay.
process, through this, everything. You'll see how the automatic workflow runs, how your policy will automatically get renewed, how you'll see that if the payment has not been done, then policy automatically cancel after. So all those things we will see, right? So this
Okay.
is, you are solving, you are working on an implementation project. You are really taking client project and implementing into the Guidewire.
Implementing in Guidewire. Yeah, got it. Yes.
Exactly. So this, you are not working for any agent, you are not working for customer, rather you are working for insurance company itself.
Okay,
Am I
got it.
making
Yeah.
sense?
Yes,
Understand
yes.
your role, right? So basically when you are working for client, right? So who is the product owner? The product owner will be, who will be giving you all this requirement for personal auto.
Requirements. Yeah.
Exactly. So when as a business analyst, you are working for this to work for PolicyCenter to gather their legacy system, understand from legacy, and put into the Guidewire. That is the real meaning of Guidewire implementation.
Okay.
It's not a customer portal. A customer portal will be a different link, and then you have access. I don't think even Lokeshwar has any. I don't think there is any out of the box for that. How can be out of the box for that? That is so much customer centric, right? I don't think they're out of the box comes. Even for the producer agent portal or something, you don't have any out of the box for that. It's so much data centric, right? What information are you going to do? So different producer will have different kind of record and data, right? So that will come to their system, and only few information passes from here, right? Not it has so much of SSN number, premiums, rating worksheet. You cannot pass all the information to the other person to know, right? That's why anybody's, if anywhere you go, nobody will show you your client machine. Even when you are working for your client in consulting firm also, you are always advised to not share any document on your local system, right?
Yeah.
From, if you are working on a VDI, you have been
Correct.
instructed with your manager that please do not forward anything from client VDI.
Right.
That's the reason. Yeah, that's the reason, because it's a very secret. So it is not agent portal, or it is not a customer portal. Rather, it's a main core policy of that particular client, whosoever it is. There are so many insurance clients, right? State Farm, Geico Insurance. There are so many, right? So many, Liberty
Yeah.
Mutual, so many insurance company, right? So they are been trying to sell in India, like you have LIC, you have different company. Now I forget about that. But here you are working for PNC. This is not a life. This is a PNC one. You are working to gather that, and you are working for a PolicyCenter, that how implementation, what question we will be asking. And once you have gathered all the requirement, you understand everything, it has passed through UAT testing and all, then client will give a sign off, and then you go and live. So that will be mostly right now, it will be cloud implementation. Now you don't have to worry about cloud and on-prem, right? On premises. So for an example, if you see here, out, okay, so which is this is application version 10, right? You don't get cloud version on out of the box basically, but your features and this driving factor is not going to change. What changed in the cloud version is single sign-on, right? How so you'll click it, the machine, it will open. There is a different way of having data
Authentication and
store,
everything.
database
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, database thing will change, because it's mostly for a developer who does those kind of a thing, right? So their database will change. It will in-house, from in-house it will change to cloud. But as these are the core requirement which you are learning in day-to-day life. This is the driving factor. These are the driving factor. This is never gonna change. Be it cloud, be it anywhere, be it cloud, air, anywhere. These are the core functionality which you'll be working. This is the core functionality you are working. Am I making sense? Yeah, ask this question. This is very important to
Yeah,
first
yeah. So it might
understand
be
that
very
what.
silly and stupid
No,
question
no
sometimes.
question is silly, because it will
Right.
take, first you should understand that what you will be
That's
learning
right.
as a business analyst, what you are doing, what should be your role, what you are going to write in your resume, right? You cannot write an agent or customer, then that will be completely deviate your purpose, and then it will not
exactly.
even get even selected. So once you are learning, the thing is like you are getting implemented, right? You are implementing like, for an example, understand, right? There are in villages earlier, in 80s, it was old houses, right? Very old house. There was no tap water, nothing was coming, right? It was pump water and all those very old structure. Now people are moving into very nice structure of house, right? They have everything, their water, they have a washing machine, dishwasher, and they upgraded themselves. They changed that house and they're now, so exactly that's what. Earlier the system was mainframe, the system, if I'm not sure if you will be allowed to see a lot of client system. Generally 99% they will not let you see what their legacy system is. But sometime if I have seen their system, it is super slow. That does not work after 8 p.m. Okay, it's mainframe. You need to write all this keyword and then see that, okay, how the policy has come. It's super difficult. And you don't know that one policy creation for them, or for few of the client, is taking 2 hours. This policy creation in here in Guidewire you can do in two minutes. That's what taking 2 hours because of their like system. So right now it is looking very simple to you because you are seeing it in Guidewire, right? There is a lot of money and things has been involved, and Guidewire is like, that's why it's a $1 billion company. But if you see legacy system, that is a very old type of a system. Now you see your phone also, right? Older phone, you remember what was there in your phone? If you are like using any phone in very 90s or that particular time, and when your parents used to use, look at that particular phone and look at your iPhone right now, right? So understand what you're trying to solve. You are not working on any agent portal, you're not working on customer, rather you are trying to gather information from client to fill in their legacy into the Guidewire system. Okay, please understand this is your roles and responsibility. Is it clear now, Michi? Understanding, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Neha. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so this is, so you are gathering all this requirement and whatever right now you are seeing. Okay, so I will basically not give no for an example that I do not want to, but right, you said, right, prior claims, right? I will tell you, it can, so don't worry about now ClaimCenter. Okay, that's what I do not want you guys to think so much about ClaimCenter, BillingCenter. No, take one step at a time. The one you are telling the evaluation that, okay, prior claims, I will tell you where is that particular place in this PolicyCenter system to put the prior claims. How many claims was that per person it was there, right? And don't think that, okay, don't think this insurance company as you and I. No, it's not you and I. We don't have insurance license to give insurance, right? We are not the company. Understand that when these companies are working, right, they have lot of authority to pull your data. Okay, lot of authority, which getting license for a company itself is a very big deal, right? So if the company is established, so they have lot of authority. They are working with ISO, they're working with so many governing factor, with state government, with the with the country like governance system that called statutory and non-statutory. You don't have to go into that detail, but always do not think as you and I. That's where all the confusion come, and I keep telling it for my other candidates also in my other team. They so much revolve thinking about that as an individual, how I do. No, it's not for individual. It's a completely very big giant who has like access of everything, right? That's how you have to think. You have to broaden your thinking up, that, okay, this is not exactly talking about you and me and if I am doing. No, it's a very big business. Suppose for an example, in US, Disney. Okay, Disney also has a insurance, and if Disney is taking insurance, they are paying per month $1 million to the insurance company, because they have such a big giant. If anything happens, who will pay for that? Like, there are a lot of customers coming every day, so that's a big giant, right? So if you would go to Disney World, so you'll see how big and how beautiful that is. So that their premium must be like more than $1 million for one particular location, right? So we are not thinking about very small spec. We'll have to broaden our thinking. And when insurance company is giving, they have authority to pull everything, your data, right? So you'll see prior claims and everything you'll see. But in here, if you really have some of your specific with your client that they wanted to have that, okay, if claim is more than 3, see, this is not my requirement, and I'm not a client also, right? So I won't be able to tell you what generally your client wants, right? If you want that, okay, decline that if this person has more than 5 claims, 8 claims, right? Something like that. Okay, definitely, yes, you can select yes, and then see what all subs are there. So it's totally proprietary to your client, what they want in here, what they have it, what is their evaluation criteria. for a policy? If somebody is coming in for a policy, what is their evaluation criteria? And that's how you have to point it. Yeah, you cannot write now a complete, like a sentence. It should be into this format, okay? Yeah, you have to, if they have something differently, so try to solve it. If they have like 4 or 5 line item, then you try to put, if that there are 2 questions can come in that, so you put that as a question. So all these things, we'll see how requirement is being taken. Tomorrow I'll give you on Agile and all. So that's how your logical thing is. So I'm going for one line of business, I'll be going too slow for you guys to completely understand. Okay, completely understand. There are so many non-insurance people to completely understand. Once you understand at least one line of business workflow, then other lines of business will only be like very, of course, all line of business has their different complications, but your mind should only revolve about coverages, what is on their page, what is the unique feature, what is driving feature, what cost for that particular line of business, premium, etc. So we'll be learning. That's why I'm going very, very slow at that. You should not miss it. Again, in the second line of business, I won't be explaining this thing, right? This qualification screen will be exactly same. Now your questions are different. That is a separate thing. But your way of conducting requirement session, your way of gathering requirement is not going to change. Right? You have to understand from your client that what is evaluation factor, right? What all, is there something which is written with them? They are going to provide you. Mostly time they don't have anything written. They have everything in their mind, right? So you need to extract that information from your product owner, right? And always understand that you miss something, then developer is going to miss something. And at the end, when your client is doing the UAT testing, right? And when that time requirement defects are caught, that's not a very good, business analyst image which is going to get created, right? Because business know who's working for 25 years, they know everything. In their dream also, you ask question, they can tell you. Because on the personal auto for same client, they're working for more than 20 years. They know everything. So if they test in UAT phase and they say, oh, this is miss, oh, we did not, they will never say, oh, sir, okay, we did not give. It's always on you that you did not ask the right question. So the deadlines are very strict when you're working with consulting company. Your manager, supervisor, senior manager will be always on you. So always remember when you're working through this kind of a requirement, okay, try ask lot of questions. Try ask question on question. If you yes, do you think anything is there? Ask, see, I did something and something happened, right? Just try to understand from first. You'll have to do you will do everything by your prep work is very much important for a business analyst. Okay, you'll do all see I did yes and something happened, right? What if this is out of the box? What if this question does not exist for your client? Then there is something which exists, right? So you should not forget taking requirement for this. Or you'll take yes or no, and then yes happened, then something else is coming on the screen, right? Please provide some explanation or something, and you miss this. Then this defect is going to come when UAT people will be testing it, right? And 99.9% it will be your client who is testing your system. Then this will come that, okay, this missed. Then you have to come back and it's a requirement defect. You have to fix this. Then developer is going to put this. And then your leadership will know that, okay, who did what mistake. So see, this kind of things you don't have to miss, right? And then if there are some implication for this on any of the screen, you have to remember every time that. Okay, that's how you gather requirement, at least for screen by screen. There are different ways, but yes, always this is a basic principle you should understand it. Okay, and always do the prep work. There is nothing wrong showing their screen that, okay, I want to evaluation factor now. I'm working on this screen. Can you tell me the pre-qualification question now? These are the out of the box. Can you tell me what? Sometimes they say that, okay, if these are there, they're liking it. Just leave it as it is. Okay, don't do anything. That can say, and they can add. I've seen more than 30 also on this. Like the list goes on till up till here. On the one page, I have seen for so many clients. It will be so long list. Okay, so don't think this is your requirement. This is never your requirement. But yes, once you're working, you will gather everything. Okay.
So Neha, just last one question. So as a business analyst, we will gather based on the requirement, right? So like usually will not the product owner also give us as much as information? Or like, is it
So they
more
are
on the
client,
business
right?
analyst? I'm trying to
It is
understand
more on
whether
business,
it
and
is
that's
more
what
on
I have
business
seen.
analyst or product owner.
No, it will be more on you. Okay.
Okay.
It will be more on you how you are extracting, right? What if you ask some question and they'll say, okay, yes, yeah, this is this question. Put this are my question. This okay. So it is our business because they are owner. They are paying your company. Okay. So somebody, if we are paying to some, right, when we go to some shop and if our product is not good, how much angry we are on them, right? Because we are paying to that. So customer and product owner are, will they take any responsibility? No, don't ever think that. And you should not even, like, if you put their name also, it will be your name who's going to get, as a bad book. So no, that's not a right thing. But as a business analyst, yeah, there could be some miss when you think they have not provided, but more or like it will come that we have not asked those kind of questions. So for an example, if they say yes and no, and we don't know what happened, if we have not have so much of, conversation or having a conversation, okay, do you think any impact on this? If we are not asking them so many questions, right, at that time, they're also human being. They do not remember everything that, okay, this happened, then this screen something will happen, then this screen something will happen. You understand, right? So when we ask that, okay, do you have any implication? Do you think that any issues? Now, once you learn everything, you'll be asking the right question also, right? You'll be asking that any underwriting issue is going to come. So you'll be asking all those right questions. Do you think that coverage value will work? Or do you think any limits is going to change? All the right set of questions you are going to ask, right?
Okay.
So then mostly
That was my question.
95%, I
Is
will
it
say.
more on the analyst side, or is it
It is
more on the
always on the first person who get a bet is the business analyst. Because I'll now stop. I don't want to anything
Yeah.
tell. I'll stop sharing and tell you. Okay.